those silverbacks bursting through the trees.
Polar bears can smell a seal through 3 feet of ice.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
3 fucking feet of ice?
Christ. Oh, my God.
That's insane.
3 feet of ice. That is a fucking monster. Imagine if you were in a big concrete building and it's 3 feet thick and there's a bear on the outside going, meat. If that was a monster movie, you'd be like, this is insane. This monster's insane.
Does this monster know I'm here?
Like, you'd be 2 kids, right? Their parents have already been killed and they're just breathing. Like, don't worry, we're safe. This concrete's 3 feet thick. There's no way it can smell us. And it's outside. I smell you.
Oh, he talks too? What the
fuck? Just wanting to
3 fucking
eat you
feet.
And your sister.
18 miles and of smell. 3 feet of smell through ice.
Did you ever see the video where the BBC reporter gets inside a box, like a plexiglass box,
No.
and they put him around polar bears, and the polar bear tries to eat him, and the polar bear's trying to eat him through this box, trying to figure out how to get to him because it knows he's in this box? It is fucking terrifying.
Dude, why would you ever?
Bro, and this guy's got cameras on him the whole time. Shit in his pants. Just dookie left and right, filling those drawers, son.
How strong is that? That thing has to be indestructible.
They're so big. They're so big, and we've been really fucked over. Just let that run, Jamie. Yeah. We've been really fucked over with goddamn Klondike bars and Coca-Cola.
You're making them look sweet.
We have a super distorted perception of this fucking predatory killing machine that eats its babies.
Bro,
these things are fucking ruthless.
Look at
They're
that.
the cleanup crew. They're there to make sure there's so few resources up there in the wild that this giant behemoth of a bear exists so he could just jack everything. Just jack everything and keep the populations nice.
You got a choice, right? You're gonna, of course, hypothetical. You got a choice. You're gonna get mauled by a bear, a gorilla, or die by a wolf or a tiger. What do you choose?
I take the gorilla all day because I think he's just gonna beat your ass. I don't think he's gonna kill you because I don't think he wants to eat you.
But like the premise of the question is you're gonna die.
Yeah, then the tiger, because the tiger's going to get your neck and kill you quick.
That's my choice also.
Yeah, I think so. Did you see the video of the tiger chasing the dudes on the motorbike?
No.
Oh, in India, it's horrific. These fucking dudes are driving on this road in this wildlife preserve, and this tiger comes full clip, chasing them out of the jungle, and just bails off at the last second. Just can't catch them.
The shit out of
it should. It's fucking horrific. They're so fast, dude.
Like, what do you do, right?
What can you do?
Well, like, there's nothing you can do.
Unless you have a gun. You're so weak. There's not much you can do.
But then when you think about that, you think about Africa, you think about India, you think about these places where lions and tigers exist, and people have existed since the beginning of time. At some point, someone had to win that, right?
Just numbers, just population numbers. Here's the video. Check this shit out. You're going to freak out. I don't need to see her, Jamie. Here it is. So these guys are on this bike. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. Just says, fuck it. He just tried. He tried. Now, the reason why this is significant is because in India, tigers eat people all the fucking time. They eat them all the time. Like, there's tigers that target human beings. There's a place in India called the Sundarbans. And the Sundarbans is, it's near this river that they think that one of the reasons why the tigers are so irritable is that they're drinking this river water, and the river water has a high degree of salt in it, high level of salt. And so they're irritated all the time.
Yeah.
They're just in agony, and they're particularly vicious. And over the last 200 years, tigers have killed more than 300,000 human beings in this one part of India.
Like, why do you still live there? Like, I'm giving
poor.
them, I'm giving that place to the tigers. Because I see that video, and I imagine being that guy on that bike, and like, you know what a bike seat is like, right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine being on a bike seat with I'm shitting myself.
Yeah, for sure. If you have any shit in your body, it's gonna come out.
Like, there's no way you win that. There's no way you win that. Not today.
No, you don't win. You only win by being on a motorcycle and getting away.
Yeah.
The fact they got a video of it, though.
Yeah. How did he? I hope he had a GoPro. He's like just like riding. Hey. They
get got. You see that vicious jealousy in chimpanzees. Like one of the things that chimpanzees do when they attack people, one of the things they attack people over is unfairness. Like there was a terrible story about a guy who had kept a pet chimp and then brought the chimp a birthday cake on his birthday.
Brian Posehn has a whole bit about it.
Do you? Does he really?
Yeah.
And the other chimps found out that this chimp was getting a birthday cake, and they saw it, and they weren't getting any cake, and they were fucking furious. So someone had inadvertently left one of the gates open, so the chimps got out and tore this guy apart because of a birthday cake. But it's that thing. It's not like it was affecting them. It's like he was doing something bad to them, so they got out and killed him. Oof. No, they ripped his dick off because they didn't like the fact they gave the other chimp a birthday cake.
Took his dick, took his fingers.
Took his feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Posehn's bit's so funny. He's like, the worst thing about that story for that guy is that everyone's going to want to hear it forever. Because it starts with, so I was bringing a birthday cake to a chimpanzee. and like, you got to hear the rest.
But that anger and jealousy, like there's an evolutionary basis for it. Oh, is that what he looks like now?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm not going to show it. It's tough.
His fingers are missing. His face is missing. He's got one eye. His nose is gone.
Oh, look at that frown. It's
oh
that
my
perma
God.
frown.
Well, his face was ripped apart. They probably stitched it together that way. Awful. Yeah, it's fucking awful, man. Yeah, you can't own a chimp, you crazy assholes. They're the most vicious of all the primates next to people.
Aren't they good for like, you can put like train them for like the first like 5 years of their life and then they forget everything.
They just decide they're going to fuck you up.
Yeah.
And they're so strong. What is that one doing? Is that the chimp?
No, but it just popped up in the same group of pictures.
Jesus.
Hairless chimp.
They're so mean. It's such a mean species. You know, there's a problem with colobus monkeys in parts of Africa where chimps live because they've eaten so many colobus monkeys that their population's down 97%. Yeah, they rip them apart and eat them a lot while they're alive.
Are they tiny colobus monkeys?
No, they're not big.
No.
Big enough to eat. I have a much better understanding of wildlife because I'm out in the wild several times a year hunting. It's a different world. I'm no expert, but my perception of it is as someone who sees wildlife in the wild. I see dead ones that other ones have killed. We came across a calf that had been ripped apart by wolves. I mean, we see stuff, and you realize what that is. what that fucking forest really is. Yeah. It's this competing ecosystem of life, and it's going on all the time. And there's big things jacking smaller things, and there's birds snatching things off the ground and snatching other birds out of trees, and it's happening all the time. And it's magic, and you have to have it that way because otherwise the whole population of the planet would be overrun. You have to have your sorrow of watching the bear tear apart the fawn. That has to happen. Because if it didn't happen, you'd have too many fawns. They'd be everywhere. You'd have too many deer. Yeah. And you have to have someone who can take care of the bears. Otherwise, the bears will overrun the city where the humans live. And we need to think about that. And people don't want to because they don't want to shoot Yogi. They don't want to shoot Yogi and Boo Boo. They're our friends. This is a teddy bear. I grew up with a bear. You don't know what a bear is. I've seen a bear in the wild. When you see a bear in the wild, you're like, oh, you don't give a fuck about me. You're some weird, heartless beast that is majestic looking, who runs around eating moose and deer babies. That's what your deal is. You eat grass and berries and you like to lay around. You're fucking cool as shit. It's a cool ass animal. Yeah. Doesn't mean you hate it, but you gotta understand what the fuck it is. It's not like this idea like people don't want people to hunt bears in certain places, like particularly like they're trying to regulate the size of the amount of grizzly bears in certain parts of the country. They're like, hey, we need to keep a handle on this. Like a couple people get mauled, you know, people start walking through Yellowstone and get attacked. It happens like a little bit more rapidly. The numbers get to a certain, they're like these things have no fear of people. Like we can actually help the population if they hand out bear tags and people start freaking out. You can't kill the bears. You can't kill the bears. Don't you kill the bear. There's a reason why there's no fucking bears in California, Duncan. Only black bears. Our fucking state flag has a grizzly bear on it. Did you ever notice that?
No.
Yeah. The state flag is a grizzly bear. They eradicated all the grizzly bears because they were eating people. So in the fucking 1800s, dude, there's a town. I think it's called Levesque. It's out near, like, on the way to Bakersfield.
Yeah.
Lebec. I think it's called Lebec. It's a town named after the last dude that got killed by a grizzly bear in California. Yeah, and to investigate this, they exhumed his body, and his legs were fucking ripped apart. Like his knees were snapped in half and shit. I mean,
You have to destroy this tape.
he got torn apart by a bear, and they killed the bear, and they buried him, and that was the last bear. That was the last bear attack. They killed all the bears. The reason why they killed all the bears is because that's what you have to do, you fuck. Do you want to be able to walk to your car?
Yes.
Okay, you don't want bears in Santa Monica. Okay, shut up. Just shut up. We're going into their territory, man. They'll come into yours too. Okay, stop. Don't be silly. We definitely shouldn't kill all the bears, but we should kill a few. Should definitely kill some. Should kill some wolves too.
I
Want wolves
disagree,
eating your
Joe.
family?
We have to keep everything alive.
I'm gonna bring back pterodactyls,
I wouldn't mind that.
snatching people right off of cars.
Well, come on. They could be controlled. Come
Nope.
on. They could be controlled. Put them in some kind of domed, I don't know,
Find
a
out they're
padded
bulletproof.
dome.
We never knew they were bulletproof.
Bring them back. Fuck it.
People shoot down them, bullets just bouncing down, hitting people like a Wolverine, right? Wolverines don't have any. There's no one feels about a Wolverine the same way they think about a bear, because there's no like cute Wolverines. There's only the ones that you see in like X-Men, like the
Right.
Wolverine dudes.
It's just one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's like a person. His name's Wolverine. There's no like cute Wolverines because they're so fucking ferocious. Such a monster of a little animal. One Wolverine will fuck up a big bear.
Oh, for real?
Dude, they're fucking ruthless. They chase wolves off food.
How big are Wolverines?
Not big, man. 40
Oh.
pounds, 50 pounds.
Jeez.
They'll fuck up everything. They fuck up everything.
Damn.
Everything runs away from them. They're just ready to die all day. All day
All
ready to
day.
die. And they're super strong and durable for a little tiny thing. You ever see, you know what a Wolverine looks like?
And now I think I don't.
Pull up a Wolverine bearing his fangs. It looks like a fake animal. It looks like a super jacked little giant rat bear thing with fangs. It's like a super. It's
bear.
like a super badger.
Right.
Badgers are
And
real
badgers are
similar.
vicious. I know they're
Fucking-
vicious.
Fucking vicious. That's a Wolverine,
Jesus.
bro. I mean, look at the teeth on that thing. Look at its face.
And it's smiling.
Yeah,
That's a good day.
those motherfuckers are ready to go to war all day. Make weird noises. They're terrifying. Like if that thing wanted to kill you, you would be fucked. Look at
those claws.
The claws and the teeth. Now imagine that thing is hyper aggressive and it's a predator. Fuck!
That shit is built to survive.
Fuck, man. That is a crazy little animal. They are ferocious and they are ready to go at all times. I mean, they'll try to get the fuck away from you. The animal's scientific name means the glutton.
Damn.
And it's a pretty apt description. 4 feet tall, weighing 22 pounds for females and 40 pounds for males. These fierce creatures are the largest members of the weasel family. They're fucking weasels, bro.
A vicious weasel.
Still, they're small compared to some of the animals that they compete with for food. But a Wolverine has no problem standing up to wolves or a bear when a meal is on the line. Isn't that crazy? 40
Yeah.
pounds. The way bears are to us is the way, or we are to dogs. You know, like an 80-pound dog would probably fuck you up if you're a 150-pound person. That's how Wolverines are to bears.
Damn.
A 40-pound Wolverine might fuck up a 200-pound bear.
Damn.
The bear's like, damn, this ain't worth it.
When I die, I want to come back as a Wolverine.
Yeah.
It's a vicious ass animal.
They eat caribou. They eat hares and rodents as well as larger animals like caribou that are weak or ill, but will also scavenge from any carcass they can get their claws on. They also eat vegetables and berries. Frozen meat isn't a deterrent. Their upper molar that sits sideways at 90 degrees lets them rip into ice-covered carcasses. Their teeth are so sharp and strong that they can even eat bones. Whoa.
Damn.
Once they got food, they often bury it to save for later. Mere hours after a meal, they'll go on the hunt again. Ferocious. Ferocious little fucks. Nobody likes you.
No one likes you, but you do survive pretty well.
You'd be better off being a javelina.
What's a javelina?
It's a peccary.
What's a peccary?
It's like a cousin to a pig.
What's a pig?
You ever seen a javelina? Where
No.
Doug lives, you know, Doug lives in Bisbee, Arizona,
Yeah.
Stanhope. Who, by the way, I think it's sold out, but he's taping his next special in Vegas next month.
Oh,
in May.
nice.
Yeah.
In Vegas, that's cool.
Where he lives in Bisbee, like he basically that's a javelina. He lives really close to the border. Like I think he's only like 6 miles from the border or some crazy shit. These things live in the wild, out in the desert. And
Right.
they're aggressive.
Ew.
And they fucked up his neighbor's dog. They killed his neighbor's dog.
No.
Yeah, man. The dog was out and the javelinas will flank it. Like they get on both sides of it, and they
hunt like in a pack?
Yeah, they hunt in a pack, and they will attack a small dog.
Ew. That thing's disgusting.
Yeah, they're gross, dude.
That's like a giant rat. It looks like a giant rat.
Well, it does. It
Ew.
looks like a pig fucked a rat. Oh, somebody shot it in the face with a crossbow. People hunt them all the time.
It looks like a pig fucked a rat.
Hey, you see that guy shot one? It does look like a pig fucked a rat, right?
It does, yeah.
Click on the guy who shot one. Yeah, bow and arrow. A lot of guys hunt them with archery equipment.
See, wouldn't it be better if he was dressed in like a coat with a tie and those boots?
No, because you don't want that thing to see you.
Look at that. That's a rat face.
Bro, that is
rat
Please
face
go back to that picture, that last
on
picture.
a giant body.
Scroll back to that last one and make it bigger again.
Yeah.
Bro, that guy's hunting rats.
Ew, look at
That's
its
a rat.
teeth.
That's like a slightly different looking rat.
Ew.
Oh, you want to know what's really
That's a
crazy?
giant rat. That's 100-pound rat.
Yeah.
Without a tail.
That's so gross. And you know what's really crazy is those
gross.
animals, they're the best animal to a call. Now, what a call is like you make a sound of a wounded animal. Whoa. No, you make like something that's suffering. Like people take their hand.
Yeah.
These fuckers run in. They run in.
Really?
Yes, they're so aggressive. It's crazy to
Because they
watch.
think something's hurt and I can go eat it?
But they have to act quick because there's coyotes out there and mountain lions out there. So when something's hurting, and they hear like "fuck food," and they just run towards it. So when you're bow hunting, you almost have to have one person make the call, and you're at full draw, and then they start calling, and the things come running in, and you shoot at them. Yeah, it's crazy.
Because you couldn't do it. You couldn't get to the bow.
You wouldn't get to
from
the bow in time because they'd see you and they'd go, "Fuck, it's a guy," and they would turn off the other way again. Yeah. When you go on safari, are you in those open jeeps?
Walking safaris.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, what are you doing?
We take a 4.58, an elephant gun.
Okay.
Put it on your shoulder.
That
and
helps.
Walking safari.
God damn, man. Only during the day, right? Obviously.
Yeah. Cannot move at night.
And what do you do when you're confronted?
I mean, I've had some pretty close calls. My wife Jess, who's here with me, I saved her from a hippo.
Oh!
Yeah, we've had some pretty close calls.
Fuck, man. One of the scariest pictures I ever saw was this guy, this African guy running down the street and a hippo is chasing him. And you look at the size of the hippo and you're like, good Christ, that thing is huge.
They are the scariest animals on earth. Like, interacting with a hippopotamus, they're so erratic, they're so unpredictable. If they feel threatened at all, I mean, they're just...
This video is fucking bananas.
Oh, yeah.
This guy's on a motorboat, and the hippo is swimming after him like a torpedo.
So this is where I'm from. This is Zimbabwe.
Really?
Yeah.
So is this common that they swim that fast?
They can move. I mean, this
Look at that.
this is uncommon to have one chase the boat and come that close. But
How fucking big it is, man.
yeah.
So when you've had these close encounters, what do? You shoot at the air, you shoot at the ground, scare them away?
Fortunately, I've never had to put an animal down, but I know people that have.
That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
picture.
Look at that.
That's it. That's the one. What in the fuck? How fast is that big bastard run?
I don't know. You'd have to look up the exact speed, but definitely at top speed, definitely faster than a human. But they don't have the maneuverability. You know, you can kind of duck and dodge behind trees.
So just don't run a straight line.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Fuck that.
20
19 miles an
19,
hour.
yeah.
Yeah, what does a person run? A rhino runs 31. Jesus Christ. Jesus, a fucking cheetah can run 75 miles an hour? I thought it was like 50. Fuck.
Yeah.
75?
A crocodile's almost as fast as the fucking hippo.
Yeah. They're quick.
God.
They're
18
quick.
miles an hour for a croc. Fuck that.
Top speed for a sprinter is around 21, 22 maybe, but that's not sustained.
Yeah, that's also a sprinter.
Yeah, no,
Right.
I'm saying a sprinter.
Not
yeah.
a doughy white guy like us. Fuck. You know, that's what's happening with snakes in the Everglades. Do you know about that? Dude, you don't know about the Everglades?
Nope.
Anacondas and pythons and shit. Mostly pythons.
Because dudes had them as pets and then they let them
They
go.
let them go. Eddie, they're finding them now. They're 17, 18 feet long.
Anacondas or pythons?
Pythons.
Shit.
They're eating alligators. They did a study. They did
Is there
a study.
video of that?
Oh, yeah. They have photos of it and there's video. There's video. You can watch them eat an alligator.
In Florida?
In Florida.
God damn.
Yeah. They're giant. And they're infested. So they did a biological survey of the Everglades, and they were down like 99%. in some animals, like deer, 99% marsh hare, like 98%, 95% raccoons, that kind of shit. They don't see anything.
Are they killing people too?
Oh, they
pythons?
will. They for sure. Some fucking rednecks have disappeared,
and they just don't talk
guarantee.
about it.
I guarantee.
We'll just let that go.
If you wanted to get rid of somebody, man, take them to Python country.
Are they doing anything to control the population of these snakes?
There's not much you can do. Have you ever seen the Everglades?
You can set up traps. Dude, are you kidding?
Show Eddie
Them
Bravo.
hillbillies are
young Jamie.
geniuses with that kind of shit.
Bro, there's too many of them.
Over
You don't know.
150,000
Of what?
snakes.
Yeah, there's over
In the
150,000
Everglades?
pythons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did they count?
They have rough estimates based on quadrants. So like what they'll do is they'll take like, and it's not 100% accurate unless they tag all of them, in which case they're assholes. They should have just killed them. But because they're an invasive species, for people who don't know, they're not from Florida at all. So they're just devastating the ecosystem, and they're turning on alligators. They're eating alligators now because they've basically run out of everything else to eat. It's a crazy fucking animal. So what they would do is they would take, I would guess, like a chunk of the Everglades, like 100 square yards or something like that, and they'd measure the amount, and then they would do another one. They would do it like several places, and then take an average, and then calculate all the square footage. And that's why they'll be pro or con.
You would think like hundreds of people would have been killed already.
No, because I don't think that many people, first of all, go in there, and I don't think they want to eat people. I think they probably don't know what the fuck a person is. Where they see a rabbit or some other shit, that probably looks like food. People are wearing clothes. I'm just guessing. I know they do jack people, though, overseas. There's been horrible videos of guys getting cut out of giant snakes. You never seen that?
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Some poor villager.
Yeah, a woman missing, and then they find the snake, and they go, "We found her." Like they know they
Look
found
at this
her.
motherfucker. Bounty hunter kills gargantuan Burmese python, gets $375, and earns our undying gratitude. Look at the size of that thing, dude.
17.5 feet.
So these
what
things
part of Florida? What like Jacksonville or
the
something?
Everglades, wherever the Everglades
North of
are.
Miami.
Cool stuff. You'd love it.
Well, I'm fascinated by wolves. I think that wolves, to me, are probably the most interesting animal in the wild.
Canids, man. Wild dogs of all kind are unbelievable. They're so at the top of their respective food chain.
Yeah, we have a lot of coyotes around here, and basically they're little wolves. The little sneaky wolves. But real wolves, like wolves in Yellowstone and wolves in the northwest area of the United States, they have got to be some of the most majestic animals.
Oh,
because
they're fantastic.
They operate together.
Yeah.
Always as these packs.
Yep.
So there's some sort of weird kind of communication
and what's amazing is like the social dynamic, like within the pack, the hierarchy, and then on a hunt, like you go left, I go right, but without any verbal communication.
Right.
And then coming together and making a kill. I mean, it's mind-blowing stuff. You talk about not understanding wildlife. We don't understand how they do that.
Right. We don't understand what kind of communication's going on. Do you think there's some sort of like telepathic, or is it just facial and recognizing cues and patterns that they've established before? If they see an animal, they know to flank it.
I definitely believe it's that. Like, I definitely believe there is an intrinsic understanding of you go left, I go right. Facial recognition. Your expression tells me to do something. You're dominant. I'm passive. Learning that way. But I also think there's something more than that. Whether it's telepathic, whether it's a low frequency sound that is not audible to us, I have no idea. But I do think it's more than just visual cues.
That's where apparently the myth of the werewolf comes from, is that wolves are so smart, they think that a wolf and a person were like combined together.
I don't believe that per se, but I can see how that came up. You know what I mean? It's totally, they're so smart. African wild dogs are the same. Like they hunt in these huge packs. They go over these massive areas, and then they'll push a single animal into one area to make the kill. And they're not big animals. They're, again, like a coyote size. And they'll take down, a kudu or some huge antelope. I mean, it's incredible.
Well, African wild dogs are so cool looking too, with those black spots and the yellow and all the
stunning.
They look angry. They're like freaky looking,
I think they're my favorite of the like you love wolves, I love African wild dogs. I just think they're so beautiful and majestic and unusual, and they're just such a cool animal.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think all of them come from the United States. I think all of them originally came from North America. Like I think
canids?
All canids came from North America. I think that's Coyote America, the gentleman who's been on the podcast before. What is his name? Is escaping me right now. but he wrote about it.
Huh.
About all the various jackals.
Dan Flores.
Dan Flores. That's it. That is a fascinating book.
Yeah, I'm gonna write it down.
Yeah.
I'd love to read it.
Great. And I did a podcast with him years ago. That's excellent too. And he has all sorts of crazy insight as to Native American, North American animals that went somewhere else, like horses. Like horses were native to North America, but they weren't here when the European settlers came. They went extinct. They had been taken. They were other places. Like apparently, wild horses from Europe all originated from North America
and were taken over and then
somehow
brought back.
or another.
Wow.
From whatever, and then went extinct here, and then were reintroduced with the European settlers.
Huh. That's interesting.
Crazy, yeah.
It's and that's the thing, like with what I do, looking for extinct animals or proof that they're still out there, is like there are so many stories like that. I didn't know that one in specific. America's very well covered with eyeballs, but what's to say there isn't some remnant small population somewhere in the middle of nowhere that nobody has found these horses that have been untouched by human beings for millennia.
Right.
And that's what I do. That's what drives me, right? Find this pocket, find this animal that's been hiding out undetected for thousands of years.